Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 338 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. We're doing one thing every day to be a better human being, a better version of ourselves, a better you, and me, a better me. So today we're going to build on what we did the last couple of days. We're going to look at our number one priority area. And I wasn't going to be directive about this, but I think it's that important that we pick something with respect to this area first and foremost. So we're going to apply and ask ourselves why. Why is this important to me? Why is this my number one priority? And we're going to use a tool I learned from Dean Graciosi in 2020, January 2020. I went from using 5 whys, 5 why exercise. A lot of you may be familiar with that, to 7 whys. And like Dean, I was super skeptical. Well, can asking why a couple more times really go deeper to get at the root cause of what is going on or what is not going on that we need to address? And my answer is unequivocally yes at this point. I've done this exercise now literally hundreds of times since I learned it. And I've taught thousands of other people to use it as well because it is that powerful. So today we're going to ask ourselves, why do we want to improve this number one priority area? For me, it was relationships. Relationships came up as one of the 9 life frameworks that is actually one that went down from the beginning of the year, which is really, really weird for me. So I need to investigate it. But why do I want to improve that anyway? And I'm going to go through the exercise and ask myself, I'll show you, I've already got it set up in my book for why do I want to improve relationships? And then for business, I don't know if I'm going to do contribution first. And if I do, then I'll ask myself, well, why do I want my business to be a contribution? But I may very well switch and do relationships as well, because businesses are based on relationships, right? If people don't know, like, and trust us, they're not ever going to do anything with us. They're not even going to listen to us. They're not even going to see us because their subconscious will just block us out. They won't even know we exist. So how do you do this 7 why exercise? Well, you ask yourself first and foremost, what is the question? So my question, why do I want to improve my personal relationships? And so then I would say, whatever pops into my head. And then I ask myself, well, why do I want that? I want to improve my relationships so that we have a more cohesive, happy, positive family experience. I don't know. And then why do I want that? Well, to reduce stress and make life more pleasant for everybody in the household. Well, why do I want that? You just go 7 layers deep to get down to, and like I said, it's almost magical how this happens. But when you get down to those last couple, you're really getting in deep and digging inside to find out what really drives and motivates you. And that's what's so important about asking ourselves the why question, but never asking other people, unless you're coaching them or something, why. Because chances are they don't even know. The vast majority of humans are going through their lives on autopilot. How do I know? Because I frickin' used to be that way. I ran through my 30s. I ran through my 40s. I guess I probably ran through my 20s too. And it wasn't until I had a huge wake-up call at 50, right on the dot, which is interesting because my lifeline has always kind of indicated that I had 2 lives. And I would say, I mean, I'm still the same person, but I'm still very different in the things I prioritize and what's important to me and how I show up than before, right? Before that event. And it's really interesting when you've got something in your personal history and timeline that is a clear delineation of your identity switch. It proves to you that you can choose whatever identity and whatever you want to pursue and achieve that in your life. So today we are doing the 7 why exercise on the one area, and you can pick any area you want, but I'd say pick the one thing that's most important to you from a priority standpoint to improve, or pick the one goal that is most important to you to ask this series of 7 whys. And then just share in the comments below, done, that you did it, to commit to yourself that you will do the daily action, because guess what? Nothing happens if we don't do anything with the information that we hear. All right, if I can help you in any way with this, I've literally done this exercise thousands of times, maybe even tens of thousands of times, for myself and with other people and other business owners and other just human being friends. So I'd be happy to walk you through it if you're struggling. All right, because we're not supposed to struggle. It's supposed to be a tool that helps us get to know ourselves better, makes us more self-aware, and helps us to really be motivated on the days when we just don't feel like doing it. Because guess what? There are those days for every single person on the planet. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow.